All right, Mr. Ahmed here for 8.4. Today we're going to work with some proportionality theorems that exist between some triangles and some parallel lines. I already kind of went through and highlighted these parts so that it's a little bit easier to see in the formulas. I would recommend kind of color coding this so it's a little bit easier to see, or you could probably go along some different strategies of labeling the segments as an X and a Y and an A and a B, things like that, just to make it a little bit easier to see. So the first one says, with a triangle, if a line parallel to one side of a triangle intersects the other two sides, then it divides the two sides proportionally. So here I have this triangle, and this line is parallel to this side, and it intersects these two sides, therefore it divides these two sides proportionally. So RT over TQ is equal to RU over US. I could also set that up in a couple of different ways. I could do something like RT over RU equals TQ over SU. So I have some different ways that I can set up these proportions. As long as I keep the corresponding parts in the correct order, I'll have success. In a similar manner, if a line divides two sides of a triangle proportionally, then it is parallel to the third side. So in this case, it says RT over TQ is equal to RU over US. So that would mean that these two lines are parallel, okay? So just the converse there. All right, so we're gonna find some missing side lengths. In the diagram, QS is parallel to UT. So it's dividing these two sides proportionally. So we have to find RQ, I'm gonna let that be X. So I'm gonna go the left side, X over 9, top to bottom, equals the right side, top to bottom, 4 over 6. Then I cross multiply to solve, 6X equals 9 times 4 is 36. And divide by 6, X equals 6. So RQ is equal to 6. We have found the missing side, or part, I guess I should say. Next one, find YZ. So I'm gonna let that be X. So this time I'm gonna go left to right, 35 over 44. Notice these were parallel. It is equal to X over 36. And then we would cross multiply to solve. 44X equals 35 times 36. Calculator work for me. 1260. Divide 44. And I got a fraction for that one. 35, 36, 35, 44. X, yeah, I guess we got a fraction. So we'll say X is equal to 28.64. I got a fraction for that. And when I label that YZ, I will call it 28.64. Make sure you read the instructions if it says to round it or put it as a fraction. All right, on to the next part. On the shoe rack shown, it says that BA is 33 centimeters. So this is 33. DE is 25. CB here to here is 27. And CD is 44. And it says, explain why the shelf is not parallel to the floor. So for the shelf to be parallel to the floor, these would have to be proportional. So 27 over 33 would have to equal 44 over 25. We'll cross multiply for this one and see if it's equal. So 27 times 25 is 675. And 33 times 44 is 1452. Those are not equal. So we would say that it is not parallel because it does not divide the sides of the triangle proportionally. And that would be my reasoning. And one more, just determining whether PS is parallel to QR is 90 over 50. Going left to right, equal to 72 over 40. And then we could check this. This time I'm going to divide this. So 90 divided 50 is 1.8. 72 divided by 40 is 1.8. So yes, it is parallel. Because it divides the sides proportionally. All right, the next one involves some parallel lines. So if I have three parallel lines and we have two transversals that intersected, then it divides the transversals proportionally. So UW over WY, left to right, is equal, UW over WY, left to right, equals VX over XZ, left to right. So make sure that you are following your theorems pretty closely. I didn't have that showing again, so I went orange over green, left to right, yellow over blue, left to right. So it is going to divide these transversals proportionally. So in the diagram, angle 1, 2, and 3 are congruent. So since 1, 2, and 3 are congruent, those are all corresponding angles. Therefore, these three lines are parallel. Okay? And it says that GF is 120, that's labeled. DE is 150, that's labeled. CD is 300, that's labeled. Find the distance HF. So I need to find from here to here. That's my goal. I know this is 120, but I don't know this piece. So 120 over X is equal to 150 over 300. Notice I went top to bottom, okay? Then we could cross multiply to solve. 150x equals 120 times 300 is 36,000 divided by 150, 240. So x is 240 yards. So the distance h to f is equal to 360 yards. We had to add the two pieces together. 120 plus 240. All right, now we got another triangle. And in this triangle, it is going to have an angle that is bisected. So that is going to divide the side and the other two sides proportionally, okay? So this segment and this side are proportional to this segment and this side of the triangle. Notice how I color-coded those? It just kind of makes it a little bit easier for me to see when I'm setting up the formulas. So, hopping into the first example, this angle is being bisected. So it is going to divide this side and this segment and this side proportionally. This one's a little bit tougher here because I have this x and I have this 15. So that would mean that QR is x minus, 15 minus x units long, because we aren't sure how long x is, okay? So, I'm supposed to find RS, so that would mean 15 minus x over 7 is equal to x over 13. Then I can cross multiply to solve. 7x equals 13 times 15 minus x. We've got to distribute. 13 times 15 is 195 minus 13x. Add our 13x and we get 20x equals 195. Divide 20, divide 20. And 195 divided by 20 is 9.75. And the piece we were supposed to find was RS, so RS is equal to 9.75. And we have found it. All right. Next step, find the length of the given segment. So this time I'm supposed to find B to D. So B to D is this little piece here, X, 16 over 40, left to right, equals X over 30. Cross multiply. Oh, didn't show that very well. This little piece X. So I went left to right, 16 over 40 equals left to right, X over 30. We had our three parallel lines because the corresponding angles were congruent. 40x equals 16 times 30 is 480. Divided by 40, x is equal to 12, so BD equals 12. Okay. Next one, we have our three parallel lines. These are all right angles. We're supposed to find JM, so we'll let that be x. We're going to go right to left this time, just because I feel like it. X over 16. Since I went right to left, I need to go right to left, equals 18 over 15. Cross multiply to solve. 15x equals 16 times 18 is 288. Divided by 15, 19.2. So notice we are getting a couple decimals here. That is possible. JM equals 19.2. The decimal answers do exist. All right. On to the next one. Find the value of the variable. So I'm supposed to find x here. So this angle is bisected, so it is proportional. So 14 over 24. Top to there. X over 48. Cross multiply to solve. 24x equals 48 times 14. 672. Divide 24. X equals 28. We got it. Last one. Got a radical here. 4 over 4 root 2 is equal to 4 over y. Now this one you should just be able to look at and see. In order for these to be the same, y has to equal whatever's on the bottom, 4 times the square root of 2. If I cross multiply, I get 4y equals 4 times 4. 16 times the square root of 2 divided by 4, divide 4. 16 over 4 is 4 times the square root of 2. All right, that's it for the chapter. Have a good one.